When you borrow, the lender bases your interest rate on whether or not you're a good risk for his money. Your credit history, income, and other debts play a role in how much interest you'll eventually pay. Likewise, when corporations and governments borrow money, their credit ratings often determine how much interest they'll have to pay. Debt issued by the U.S. government currently carries the highest possible credit rating, AAA. That means the federal government pays very low interest rates to borrow huge sums of money each year. But that could change. After more than a decade of high deficits and rising debt because of rapidly growing government spending, credit rating agencies are warning that they may downgrade U.S. debt. In fact, much of the recent fight over the debt ceiling was fueled by the risk of a downgrade. But the rating agencies have explicitly said that the core issue risking the U.S. credit rating isn't the debt ceiling, but projected spending in the coming years and the growing risk of a default. One small rating agency, Egan-Jones, has already downgraded U.S. debt, stating its concerns about the high level of debt to GDP in excess of 100%, compared to Canada's 35%. The plan adopted recently by Congress and the President will not reduce spending or debt. In fact, the plan would allow the government to rack up several $1 trillion new debt over the next decade. So what are the consequences of a downgrade? If your credit card issuer decides that you are a larger credit risk, the bank will raise your interest rate. For the U.S. government, it would immediately mean tens or hundreds of billions more in interest payments every year, pushing total federal spending even higher. Many interest rates that we pay as consumers are directly tied to the credit rating of the United States government. Any decrease in the government's credit rating could mean higher costs for many borrowers throughout the economy. The ripple effects of higher borrowing costs would punish consumers and entrepreneurs and further threaten a weak recovery. For a better path to fiscal responsibility, visit downsizinggovernment.org, a project of the Cato Institute.